welcome. My name is Adrienne Varga, and I'm so glad to see you here in this masterclass. And firstly, I wanted to say thank you for taking your time to learn the 3 biggest mistakes business owners make when looking for new clients and customers. And just under an hour today, together, we will discover the secrets of finding clients who value your time, your service, and they are happy to pay your worth. And also, I promise you with this approach, you will never have to waste money on ineffective, very, very expensive marketing strategies and unknowingly misusing social media tools or by heavily discounting your prices and unwittingly reducing your value. And before we move on, I just wanted to let you know, if you decide to stay until the end, I will have something really, really cool, very special for you to help you to start you on your business evolution. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I wanted to introduce you to Focus. So what Focus is? Focus is a consultancy and coaching company, and we have the service industry professionals and entrepreneurs achieve exponential growth, attract high-ticket clients, increase their profits, achieve their ideal work-life harmony by creating more time for the things they love and enjoy the business, which is actually works for them. So my name is Adrienne Varga, and I'm the founder and vision leader here at Focus. As you can hear, I have an accent. I'm originally from Hungary. I moved to Australia 21 years ago. I have a background in software development and HR, and I was a director for an export and import company, and I'm a hairdresser, and I own my hair salon for over 6 years, which I just very, very recently sold. I'm also an NLP coach and NLP practitioner, and I am a hypnotherapist and timeline therapist also. And I'm responsible for creating all of our coaching programs, working with our private one-on-one clients, and running masterclasses and workshops for the company. My business partner is Jody Fielden, and Jody is our conceptual strategist and co-founder. And Jody has over 23 years experience in business management and in the financial industry. Also, Jody has certification in small business planning, marketing and promoting products and services. And she's also a hairdresser, and she used to own the same hair salon what I used to. Before me, it was, I think, 9 years. Jody owned that hair salon. All right. Let's move on to the next part. And firstly, congratulations. I'm so glad to see you here. And honestly, 50% of the success is just by showing up today and taking that time aside to looking for information which could possibly change your life. The other 50% is a little bit more trickier because the other 50% is basically requires you to take some action. And we always say, following our one of our business mentors we work with, we following his courses. It's basically, his name is John Assaraf. Before I forget to say who is it, it's John Assaraf, and he always says to us, you must follow the law of Goya. And the law of Goya is basically very simple. You need to get off your ass and you need to make things happen. The next thing what I wanted to point out is knowing and doing is two very, very different things. So in today's masterclass, you will hear many things what you already know. But the question is, are you doing some of them to actually move the needles and help you to move towards to achieving your goals? So just because we are knowing something, it doesn't mean it's actually making any difference in our business life. And sometimes people, they actually focusing so much on finding information what they know so they can have a justification. You say like, I knew this, what else in there? That basically they focusing on the knowing and they missing all those little bits and information, all those little golden nuggets which could actually help them. So I invite you to have an open mind today and focus on something what you don't know. Also, hope is not a strategy. So you need to write this one down, because many times when I talk to people, they're hoping for better weeks, they're hoping for better clients, they're hoping for better team members. but then again, you need to follow the law of Goya. So you need to get off your ass and you need to start things differently, because basically what you do or what you kept doing in the past right until now, it's brought you where you are at the moment. And the last bits what I wanted to talk about here is your self-worth reflects your net worth. And this is so true, like it couldn't be any truer. So your business can be only as good you can imagine for yourself. So there is a lot of limiting beliefs, values, and a lot of, like chit chat at the background. It's happening daily in our life. So when it comes to business, mindset and business together, it's very, very important to bring the two together. It's actually a success. A successful business is basically comes together 20% of your strategies, tools, like all the education and knowledge what you have, and the other 80% is mindset. So just keep that one in mind. I wanted to continue with a quote from Jim Quick because it's extremely important. So when you fight for your limitation, you get to keep them. So if you resist growth, or if you just trying to find justification about, like what you believe is true, and everything is whatever you can pull into to basically to prove that, then you're going to manifest for yourself to stay on the same level. So out of our experience, we know many businesses are working with a broken business model, and people are actually finding justifications, and they come up with different ideas to prove their concept, what they believe in. So many times what it comes up, it's basically they say, oh, like we cannot charge more, like we're living in such a hard time, people, they cannot pay more. Or people are saying, oh, like I'm a nice person, so I want to give back to my community. So I feel like, like I need to have a reasonable price when it comes to pricing. And when it comes to the conversation between us and those business owners, I always say I absolutely appreciate the idea what you have about supporting others, which is a great idea, but the order needs to be in different, like in the other way around, switched around. So first you have to stabilize your business and yourself. So first you have to make sure, like you have everything in order. So then you can give back. Then you can choose to be good to whatever you want to be good to. Like sometimes we set up, like a different account when people are actually transferring 5% or 10% of their weekly income to an account which they can use for charity or helping other people. And that's absolutely fine. But first you must help yourself before you can help others. Because if you don't have enough money and you trying to give away money from not having enough, and you are overworked, tired, stressed, you don't serve either yourself or the other person. So you need to be very, very careful when you going to start to be good to others in a way, when you're going to give away money. So you only can give away when you have. When you don't have, it's very, very difficult to do that. All right, so when it comes to growing businesses and building a clientele, we all know, there are many challenges we have to face as business owners. So we also know that it can be an extremely lonely journey when we try to figure things out on our own. And I think possibly this is one of the reasons you ended up in this masterclass with me, because you just felt the need to be around with people or surrounded by people who has similar experience. Maybe they overcome to that experience, so you can learn from them. So also, like we know how confusing it is when we absolutely tried everything out of our knowledge and there's nothing seemed to work, and we go home at the end of the day and we are exhausted and tired, and we say like, I don't know what else I could do. So this is when it's really, really relevant when I use this quote, you cannot read the label from inside the bottle. So we got this far out of our own knowledge, but to go to the next level, it's basically going to require us to to find informations outside of our comfort zone, outside of our knowledge. So masterclasses like this, they are perfect for you. Also, the environment is extremely important. When we have business or businesses, the environment what we choose for ourselves is extremely important. So I just give you an example. When it comes to our business, we always search for basically connect to companies or coaching services who are higher than us, or businesses who know more than us, so we can learn from them, because their mindset and their experience are in a different level. So they already experience what we just about to experience, and in that way we can grow. If we just stay in our comfort zone and we just basically mingling with people who are in the same level, we more than likely going to strengthen each other's weakness. We are not going to help each other to grow. So just keep in mind, if you want to grow, your environment is extremely important, and it always needs to be challenging. It always needs to be a higher level in order for you to be able to grow. So that's just something to keep in mind. So you are absolutely in the right place. So if you are looking for information about, like the 3 biggest mistakes when it comes to grow our business and build our clientele, you are absolutely in the right place. Why we are qualified to talk about it? It's because we worked with a wide variety of businesses, from cookie business to fencing, and from hair business to security over the past 2 years during COVID. And we put all these experiences together. We worked with our clients, we figured it out what works. And basically during these 2 years, during COVID, we managed each of our coaching clients, each of our businesses to actually grow. And we managed them to grow between 68 to 118% during challenging times. So we did figure it out what we need to do in order those businesses to work in challenging time. And today we are going to share with you the 3 biggest mistakes what we figured out business owners are making when it comes to basically grow businesses and attracting clients. So the first biggest mistake is basically, this is very, very common, using methods that end up attracting people who don't value you or your business. So you actually attracting the wrong people to your business. The second one, people has little to no clarity on who they want or who they need and how and where to find those people. And the third one is the lack of strategy with a clear set of objectives and a proven return of rate to wow our clients and customers, so they are actually going to stay with us. So I wanted to give you just 2 very, very quick examples what is possible. So the first business owner I wanted to brought up as an example, it's Elle. Elle is a very, very young business owner. She is in her early 30s. And before COVID, she just actually 2 or 3 weeks before COVID, she contacted to us. So she was in business for 3 years, and her business grown really, really quickly, really rapidly. And she just found herself in a situation when she knew she just sort of had no idea what to do or how to do or how to manage things. So she reached out to us, and basically we started to work just right beginning of COVID. And what we managed to do for Elle during the 24 months during COVID, we actually managed to, we generated for her an extra $500,000 income in every, increase on average income for the 2 years for the 2 years time, for the 2 years time. So this is what we managed to do with her by just putting down strategies. And later on, I will share with you exactly what we did. And the other example what I wanted to share with you, it's Liz, and Liz reached out to us again at the 3 years mark. It's very, very interesting. Lately, we got people who are trying for 3 years and then they realize it must be an easier or better way. But Liz came to us, and she used to have a very, very small boutique studio, and she had all these ideas, but she felt stuck. So she reached out to us because she wanted to extend her studio studio. And also she didn't know what kind of programs and classes she should put together and what is going to be profitable and what is not. And also she wanted to build her teacher training school, which she already started, but she knew there was a lot of potential in there, but she didn't know how to follow up or how to do it. So she asked us to defining her target clients, figure out, the pricing strategy for her. We mapped out how to attract her new niche client, because we realized and she realized, the clients who she had, they would support one part of the business, but the new target clients, they are very, very different. So we had to map that out. And we actually created a point of difference for her when we defined, why she is different and why people should actually reach out to her service. And it was very, very clear right from the beginning when people were thinking about, all right, I need a really cool Pilates studio. So once they were searching the area, it's basically what happened. They basically realized, if they want something really cool or really interesting, Liz was the right person for them. So let's start and let's get into the nitty-gritty. So the first biggest mistake when people are using the wrong method and strategies and end up attracting the wrong crowd. And here at Focus, we created our iceberg model. And this iceberg model is extremely important part of our coaching and part of our methods, because working with people, we realize, people really just do surface things in their business and do things, opposite way around. So they're focusing on only one thing or a couple of things on the top, but in the wrong time. And there is so many other things needs to happen before basically they need to focus on that top level. So I'm just going to switch very, very quickly to my iPad, and I will do a drawing for you so you will understand what I mean by this. So just imagine this. This is the water level, and above the water, this is the tip of the iceberg. And basically, what people think they need to do to attract more clients and make more money. So they think this is where they need to focus on. So what they do, here is the business owner thinking, how can I get more money? How can I get more clients? And basically what they do, they actually thinking about discounting, servicing, or running specials. And this is a very, very dangerous road, because what they don't realize and what they don't understand, they actually drawing away money, and they actually losing money at the end of the day out of all these specials and discounted services, because there is no strategy behind. So what will happen? You give away, you create a discounted services. Maybe you give away 25%, 30%, 40%, but you don't have the next step. So what will happen? You will start to attract clients in your business, and these clients are the clients who are very, very happy to come here to your business. They take your specials and off they go, and they never come back to your business. So what will happen? Many times people, they don't understand this is an investment. You invest in your money, you invest in your time, and you invest in the products if you need to use any products to provide those services. So you don't have any return or income because you don't have the idea what's going to be the next step. The only thing what these business owners are seeing is the quick money. So people are coming, oh my God, we become so busy. But then at the end of the day, they don't even break even. So it is a very, very dangerous way when you don't know what you do. So what will happen? These business owners, they're going to end up, at the end of the week, and they will be extremely, extremely confused about it. Like, we had so many clients, why we didn't make any money? It is because you didn't have the strategy behind it, and basically you were giving away money. So it needs to be very, very strategic. So you could ask, all right, so if I don't focus on this first, so what should I focus on? And this is basically the bottom of the iceberg, like underneath the water, what you really need to focus on. So this is what you need to focus on before you're going to attract clients. So before you're going to bring clients into the business, new clients in the business, let me show you. We have the 7 foundations, and let me show you what are those 7 foundations. The first one, what you really need to focus on is basically your money. What comes into the business and what goes out from the business. And then obviously you need to track those numbers. So you need to track, all right, so my cost, my income, and based on that cost and income, you're going to strategically calculate your pricing. Many times when I work with business owners, what happens when I ask, how did you come up with your pricing? And there is 2 different answers most of the times. The first one is, I just looked around what others are charging. And the other one is, I inherited my pricing with the business. So this is something which is extremely dangerous, because your cost of running the business is very, very different from other people. So just by copying others, you put yourself in a situation when you actually going to work with a broken business model, and you won't even understand what the hell is going on, because you're seemingly very busy with clients, but you don't even make any profit for yourself. So you need to be very, very careful about it. And once you have this one done, right, then the next one is basically the time element. And the time element is extremely important, because many times we are so busy to working in our business that is actually taking all of our times to work in the business, and we work very little or none on our business. So we are busy being busy, we put our head down and we're servicing all these low ticket clients, and then we don't even have time to breathe and to actually stop and think like, wait for a second, this doesn't work for us. So once we get the time element right, then we move on to the next element, which is basically then you can see what you can delegate to other people. And the delegation can be not just your team members. If you are one person business, then when you delegate tasks to your accountant, to your bookkeeper, then those are your team. So those people are your team. Otherwise, if you are lucky enough, then you're going to have your own team. But basically, in order to help you to basically everyone to know what to do in your business, you actually need to create systems and policies. And many times I hear, I don't like to delegate because I'm a perfectionist and no one can do things as well as I do. And I always say, well, firstly, how is that working for you? Where is your business right now? You overwhelmed, overworked, exhausted. So then probably it doesn't work too well for you. But secondly, great. I love if you are perfectionist, because then you can create perfect systems, because you know exactly what to do. One step after the other step after the other step. Once you create that system, you can actually teach it really well. And then people can take over tasks from you. And then once you do that, then you focus on your team and you need to become a leader. So obviously you need to nurture and nourish your team, keep them motivated so, they can actually help you to grow the business. You need to train them. You need to teach them all the systems, strategies, and everything. So you need to make sure you have time to look after your team, because your team becomes the heart of your business. You're going to be the brain. Your team is the heart of the business. And once you get this right, then you're going to move to the next very, very important level, which is you need to think about, and this is going to be a cup of tea. So you need to think about your client journey. What client journey is a beast. But the client journey is extremely important. Is your client experience, which is start when someone thinks about they want to experience the service what you are providing somewhere around in your area, and they start to look for it. It starts there, and it's never going to end up when they take the service or experience the service and they leave your business. It never ends there. This one needs to be mapped out because you need the wow factor to keep the clients in your business. And that's very, very important because many times businesses are focusing on new clients. So they're giving stuff for new clients, and your bread and butter, your loyal clients, they always feel, like they must feel, like they are left out because the specials are not for them. And, you don't run any loyalty program or you don't run anything for them. So when you create your client journey, there is basically two parallel strategy you need to work on. And once you get this right, this is the time when you're actually going to, start to work on your Facebook, Instagram, brand awareness, like promoting your services, promoting your work. And once you've done that, this is when you are actually going to start, and you're going to start to do smart promotions. And smart promotions are going to help you to bring new clients smartly and help them to actually keep them in your business. And basically, this is our 7 steps. So if you have a look, number 1, you need to know your foundations in and out, your KPIs and your strategic pricing. Number 2, you need to work on your business, not just in your business. Otherwise, it's never going to start to work for you. And then the third one, you need to think about delegation. But how you can delegate is basically systems and policies. And once you get those ones, then you actually need to move into, like team management and motivation and, finding the right support people. And I'm saying again, like if you are a onesie, your support people can be accountants, like a VA or someone who is, you can delegate tasks and they can free some time for you so you can focus on your business. And then number 5 is our client journey, extremely important. And number 6 is our brand awareness. And number 7 is basically how are we going to invite new people and how are we going to keep them in the business. And if you get all this right, what will happen? Then the money is going to start to show up in your business. And then you're going to be profitable. And also it's going to lead you the work-life harmony. And we are working towards the work-life harmony. I tell you why. Because energetically, if you work towards to work-life balance, balancing something is still a lot of effort. So if you think about it, you're balancing on a bouncy ball. In order to keep your body straight, your muscles and your core and your brain works over time to seemingly keeping you, motionless. So when you work towards to harmony, that's all already, worked through and everything just works in harmony. So this iceberg model, hopefully it really shows you, you sometimes people, and most of the time people are focusing in the wrong time and in the wrong market. So with all those people who are basically the bargain hunters, you cannot build a business with those people. And I will explain this to you very, very soon during this presentation. All right, so let's move on to the next one. And the next one is basically connecting to our iceberg model, which is the cheapest end of the town is the roughest neighborhood in the city. Avoid it at any cost because you are bound to get into trouble. And it's extremely important for you to remember this quote, because if you end up in the cheapest place, or if you're running your business on money-based clients, people who are chasing, like cheap services, then you're going to end up in trouble. And I would like to save you from those troubles. So this masterclass today is all about that, to actually give you a few aha moments when it comes to, attracting the right clients and start to grow your business. All right, so I invite you to think about your ideal clients and your current clients. And this is going to help us to address the number 2. I don't know why I keep showing 3, but number 2. So number 2 is basically the second biggest mistake is people, they don't have any clarity, very, very little or no clarity on exactly who they want or who they need in the business. So we all have clientele, and some of our clientele, our ideal clientele, they are our favorite clients. And that's absolutely true. They are our favorites. And some of them, like they are clients when we sort of see them to, like they are booked in their appointment book. We are just like, yeah, Kathy is coming today again. So what I'm going to show you, I'm just going to show you something, and I'm going to again switch to my iPad. I will show you 4 different clientele, and then we're going to figure it out. Where do you want to focus on? So when it comes to our clientele, so we all have our clients, but basically we have 4 categories. So we have our A, or B, or C, and D clients. And very, very soon you will understand, who they are and why do you want to focus on 2 of those. So the A grade clients, they are our awesome clients. And with the awesome clients are, what is amazing about them, they are actually very, very loyal to your business. So these clients are the ones who are almost like so grateful that they can be part of your business. They always on time, they always respect you, they respect your time, they listen to your advice, and they are just delighted to have around in your business. And then the next one, they are the best ones. The best ones are really, really loyal to you, but sometimes they are loyal to 1 or 2 team members. So that's the difference. And they are still absolutely amazing. The only thing about them, they are dedicated to your business, and they are more than happy to pay your value, but they more than happy to pay your price, but they want to see value. Like they are really, really focusing on the value what they get for their money. And then we have the other one, and the next category is they are the complicated clients. And the complicated clients are the clients who are, they are sort of loyal to you. And they are those ones who are, if you put your prices up by $2 or $3, they straight away, oh, you just put your price up, and they question everything. And sometimes they're running late 10 minutes. And then, they say, oh, the traffic was huge, but they have a cup of hot coffee in their hand. Or they call, oh, I'm sorry, I will be 5 minutes late. And then they come like 20 minutes late and then act like nothing happened. So those are our complicated clients. And then we have our difficult clients, or some would call them, the dickheads, basically, those ones who are actually trouble. And you just clinch every single time when they come to your business. You try to divorce them, to try to get rid of them, but it's very difficult. Those people who are always complaining, but they keep coming back to your business, it's just a nightmare, just a headache. So who do you want to focus? Who are your ideal clients? Your ideal clients, basically, these clients here on the top. So these are the clients you can actually work together with to build your business. And I will explain to you very, very soon in the next slide what I mean by this. So when it comes to your ideal clients versus your current clients and customers, as you can see, there is a triangle form when I basically want to demonstrate to you, the size of the market, and also, what is dividing them, why you need to focus on one, and you more than likely want to disregard the other. So there is 2 clientele. One clientele is dollar-based. So those clientele who are very, very conscious on money, they are a bigger market, much, much bigger market. The bottom part of the difficult clients, when they always go to your business or anyone's business when it's discount or special. So they are come and go. They take advantage of your business and they never come back again unless you have another really great promotion. And then you have your C grade clients, the complicated clients who are going to stay with you and hang around until you are cheap. And many times these people, they actually, they saying to you as a compliment, like, I love to come to you because you are so reasonable with your pricing. And sometimes we are taking this as a compliment, but we need to remember and we need to understand what they are really saying. I know I get this, I know I get your service cheap, and I know I get a really good value out of it. So what they are saying, like, you are too cheap, and basically until you keep these prices for the value what you are giving to me, I will be with you. And the next level is basically people who are looking for value. These people, they don't mind to spend money because they do understand to actually provide a valuable service. It does cost a lot of money, and they do understand the pricing is very, very different. So these clients are the clients who are focusing on value, and they are very, very happy to pay your prices. So these are your best clients. And the next level is your amazing clients who are basically so dedicated, and they are just so excited to part of your culture, part of your tribe, you can call it whatever. But you need to understand when you looking for your ideal clients that these two markets does not match. So you cannot serve everyone, like there is a big misconception that you can actually serve everyone. You cannot, because the energy is very, very different. So the people who are money focused people, they are not going to go to a higher level service provider because they know that it's not their crowd, or it's not their tribe. And in the other hand, like we have the top of the triangle, which is basically, like your clients who are looking for value for service. They're never going to go to places when they always offering discounts and special offers, because they have an awareness about, those markets. And, like sometimes what sounds too cheap, it's actually, like always a trick behind it. So they know that. So why we encourage everyone to focus on value-based businesses? Because basically, when it's something happens like COVID, pandemic, economical fallbacks, those clients who are on the bottom of the market or money conscious people, they won't be able to support your business in hard time. They just don't have the resources. In the other hand, the people who have money, they actually very, very happy to support you during those hard times. I know out of experience, I still had my hair salon when we went through COVID, and our clientele were absolutely amazing. They gave us more than what we could, hope for. They actually helped us to grow and basically flourish in the COVID environment. So those people, they can support your business. So you need to be very, very wise about when you clarify, like who you want to work with, because when hard time happens, those businesses who are attracting money focused clients, they most of the time, they basically, unfortunately, they don't survive. So this why is very, very important for you to understand the two different markets. Yeah. All right. So again, Andrew Griffith, when all you can sell is the fact that you are the cheapest, you will only attract price-driven customers who have absolutely no loyalty to you, your business, or your brand. So just keep this in mind, because there is nothing more true than this. Yeah, if the only way you can attract clients because you are cheap, you are already in trouble. Yeah. So this why is extremely important for you to identify who you want to attract to your business. And when it comes to identifying our clients, with our coaching clients, what we do, we actually working on a client avatar. So this is the first page of a 4 pages document. And this client avatar document is extremely important. Normally what we ask from people, think of 1, 2, or 3 of your favorite clients, and name your avatars. Like one avatar is going to be Tom, the other avatar is going to be Susie, the other avatar is going to be Peter. And you fill in as many information. Why is it important? Because this client avatar going to give you clarity on who you want to attract to your business. And once you start to work on your marketing, this is going to be gold for you, because you will know how to set up your marketing. You will know who you want to attract into your business. So this is a very, very important part of, you need to have clarity who you want to attract to your business. And the third one is basically, the third one is what I already mentioned, is the client journey. You don't have a plan. You don't have a system to wow them. You don't know how to keep them in your business. And when it comes to client journey, as I mentioned to you, it's a beast, it's really, really need to be strategic and planned out, but you need to think ahead. Your client journey is not going to start when they call you for an appointment. It starts when someone thinks about they want to experience a service what you are providing, and they go into the research mode. And then they give you a call. So the way you are answering the phone call, and then they step into your business, the way you are greeting them, and then consultation during service, after service, how are we going to invite them back to the business, aftercare. So these are the things what you need to map out one bit after. And again, I want to emphasize here, there is two different client journey, because you want to have a client journey for brand new people. So you actually can wow them, and you can, turn them into very, very loyal clientele. And then in the other hand, you're going to have the client journey for your loyal clientele, because we want to reward them. And there is many, many different ways we can reward them. And one more big secret for you, you can build your clientele, high-level clientele, just by serving your clients really well. And then they can recommend you to their friends and family. Because if they are already your A and B grade clients, more than likely their friends and families, they are A and B grade. And when someone recommends you, it's exactly the same for our coaching business too. So when someone recommends us, that person who comes to a explore and discover 1 hour session with us, they already trusting, because they know that their friend or their relatives, they had good results with us. So client journey is extremely important. And most of the time when we start to work with people, they don't even know what client journey is. And that's absolutely fine, because we can help them to figure out and to work through every single part of client journey. So why is client journey so important? Because if you want to serve the best, if you want to have A grade, B grade clients, then you must be the best, And how are you going to be the best? You actually grow. And if you used to serve clients who were, focusing on discount and cheap, can you move your business to another level? Absolutely. You just need to learn, like we always say, before you maximize your earning, you need to maximize your learning. So you always, anytime you can start, it doesn't really matter where you are at the moment, you always can change directions. Yeah. So you can't change, destination overnight, but you can actually change directions overnight. So this is something, is just one decision towards the right path. And client journey is extremely important, because as I mentioned to you, to serve the best, you must be the best. So what I mean by that? So you must meet your customers' expectation every single time. This is a high-level service, like you must. And then you must find ways exceed expectation as often as you can. So you always need to have that little extra thing, like, which is going to make them, oh my God, like, it's just so good, like, this is such a great idea, like, even it can be just the way you serve your coffee or tea, or if you have a menu card, like, all those things are very, very important. you must deliver every time. Yeah. So it can't be like, oh, I had a bad day, so I wasn't nice to my clients, or, like my team members had a bad day and they just were a little shitty. It's not that kind of business model. That business model can move down to the money focused clients. And it's very, very interesting because many times, like when I watch businesses which are focusing on discounted services, their mindset is very, very different. Those business owners, they have poverty mindset, and the business owners who are focusing on A and B, they have actually poverty mindset. They think very, very differently. Poverty mindset business owners, they blame everything on the clients. And then the prosperity focused businesses, they do understand feedback is extremely important. So if we make any mistakes, we basically take it on board, and we want to make sure we make it right for our clients. We learn from it, and we never going to make that mistake again. So it's extremely important. The mindset is very, very different for the two different businesses. Let's get back to the two clients who I already mentioned to you. So let's talk about Elle. So for Elle, in order to actually generate an extra $500,000 for her in the 2 years, the first thing we did together, we actually went and we took a deep dive into her business. So we actually had a look at the 7 foundations, and we clarified, like what is working and what doesn't work. And then we basically figured it out where the business is losing money. So in the first 3 months, what we did, we just tweaked little bits and pieces. And at the end of the 3 months, we already created for her an extra $2,000 weekly by just looking into the 7 foundations. And we didn't spend any dollar on marketing or advertising. And, we didn't even focus on attracting new clients, because we knew the money was hiding in those foundations. And then the next step was basically, I just wanted to share with you as results. And on the side, left-hand side, you can actually see, this is a message what Elle sent me when she was so stoked about, the extra $70,000 profit. So that's a profit what we created for her. And that was her message to me. But basically the results, so the average number of clients didn't change. So she didn't need more clients to create this. What we did, sometimes we actually had less than she was when we started coaching. And then we focused on rebooking, which was only 49%, and we actually helped her to grow her rebooking 90%. Why is important? Because it is a commitment from your clients. So out of 10, 9 clients were committed for the next appointment, which is loyalty. So that just shows, yes, client journey is right, spot on at Elle's business. And then basically her weekly average income went from 14,000 to over 23,000. Same number of team members, same number of clients, but we were focusing on retail, and the retail sales increased. So we started 19% of the clientele purchased retail, and we ended up with 68%. So all these things are important, and you don't necessarily need new clients. You just need the right clients and the right service in your business to create exponential money. Also, we had to have a look at her pricing, because her pricing was off. And I remember how fearful she was to put her pricing up, and how surprised she was, when no one said anything. And some of her clients, they said, I was thinking about, it's probably time for you to put your prices up. I was wondering how you can keep up with all these good services with the price what you had. And she was just so surprised, so stoked about it. So since then, she moved in a new and bigger premises, because they were a little bit too, too crowded in the smaller ones, especially with COVID regulation and everything. And also, she wanted to work towards the work-life harmony for herself and for her team. So they decided they only going to open 4 days a week, and everyone has 3 days long weekend. and it works absolutely amazingly, and they create exactly the same money. Actually, they are growing with this concept. So you can work towards your work-life harmony. There is so many other things, but then before you do that, you have to implement a lot of other things. So then if we go to Liz, as I mentioned, she's a Pilates studio owner, and the first 12 weeks, the first 3 months, what we did for her, we mapped out everything. So things takes time. Yeah, we can't turn businesses around, like from one day to the other. Generally, we can generate really, really good changes between 3 to 6 months. So the first 3 months, what we did for her, we actually custom design growth strategy and financial forecast for her new studio. So we mapped everything out. We compared old setup, new studio, everything. So she could make decision how she can make her business to be profitable. She could see the numbers. If you do these groups, and if you charge this much, if you have this many reformer, if you do this, if you do that. And we compared everything together. We actually figured it out, what kind of profit she can create by doing that. Obviously, we went through with many, many different break-evens for her. I think we had at least 3 different break-even for her. We did cost strategy. So we actually did a strategy per hour, per client, per class. So she knew when she's profitable and how much she needs to charge. And then she refined her market because she wanted to focus on a certain market. We refined, and based on that, we created a client journey. And when we did that, in our mind, we already had her ideal client. Yes, so we started to run a marketing which supported that clientele. And what else we did? We created a client onboarding process, which was very unique for her type of business. And then we created systems, policies, and procedures for every single team members. So it gave free time for Liz to focus on the most important part, which is running her business. All right, so when it comes to business, there is 2 ways you can do business. The first one is the hard way. And honestly, all of us, we experience the hard way. Is the only difference is, for how long we experience the hard way. The hard way is basically when you go alone, when you try to figure out everything on our own. And unfortunately, people are spending years trying to work out in their own. And as I mentioned to you, you only can go so far out from your own strength or own will, because there is a lot of things what you don't know. And basically, these people unknowingly invest hundreds of hours and lose thousands of dollars over the years learning from mistakes. And basically, they're spending years to correcting the mistakes what they already made. So this is when you don't do an investment, say, to learning or whatever, you're actually doing an investment in another way, which is a lot of time and losing lots of money, and there is a lot of fixing. Very, very stressful, very exhausting way to run a business. And what happens normally with these people who don't stop and say there must be a different way, let's have a look what others are doing. Eventually, they either give up altogether or are left feeling disappointed, unsatisfied, and wondering if they will ever be rewarded. So we all met with those business owners who are beautiful people, they stuck in their way, and they just keep wondering, but they don't do. Do you remember the law of Goya? Get off your ass. So when you recognize, when you have the awareness that it must be a better way, or when you have an awareness that, I really went that far as I could go, awareness is the first very, very important step. And the next step is basically you need to take action. So the other way is the simple way. And it is simple because you only need to follow a blueprint. What you're going to do, you basically invest in a proven method, invest in someone else's experience, And basically that makes everything so much more clearer, so much more simpler, and so much faster. This is what happened to me when I purchased my hair salon. And basically in the first 4 to 5 months, I realized, like there must be a better way. And I'm forever going to be grateful for my first business mentor, because she started me on an absolutely unexpected journey in my life. So I started to work with her. We turned my salon upside down, we made many changes, and I ended up with a salon which finally started to work for me, created a really easy and good money. And the last 2 years, when I owned the salon, I could drop my hours. The last 6 months, what I did, I only went once a month on a Saturday to work and spend some time with my team, but that was out of choice. My salon was working like a well-oiled machine for me. And then basically I decided to sell very recently, and I made 500% profit on my original purchase. So I'm very proud of this business, because this business was something which taught me a lot of experience. And basically, I created something which actually worked without me. I only had to put in probably 3 or 4 hours a week. I still wanted to do my personal one-on-one team meetings, but basically that was it. Regardless if I worked physically in the business or not, the business created exactly the same money. The business kept growing. So this why the simple way is always faster, because you don't need to go back and forth. And basically, when you find someone who already know how to do things, only what is going to required from you is your commitment. So you are committed to do the daily tasks. And sometimes it's going to be, challenging, and sometimes it's going to challenge your comfort zone or your belief systems. But the simple way is the fastest way to get there where you want to be, because you're going to have a support. You have someone you can ask questions, you can turn to when you are confused about things, and basically you just follow a map. And that map is already, ready for you. You just need to make a decision to start your journey. So what's next, you could ask? And if you are wondering about the simple way, this is what you can actually start today. And this is why I said, if you last until the end, we can see you are committed. We can see that you are actually searching, looking for answer, and you are ready to start something else in your life. So today we wanted to make this one very simple and very easy for you. And things do not change, we change. So if you want to have and to see a change in your business, you must change. And you can start changing by just committing to this very first step in your business evolution today. So what we gifting you today, we actually helping you to start your journey with our foundation business program, which is the Art of Business Evolution. This is a 6 weeks mastermind program. So this is short. This is not months and months commitment. It's 6 weeks. In these 6 weeks, you're going to have 12 coaching sessions. 6 coaching session, which going to be the teaching, is going to be virtual coaching session, weekly released to you. It is great because you can actually do and you can watch your coaching sessions on your own time. So you don't need to commit with certain pre-booked time. And then in order for us to keep you accountable, help you implement everything in the business, we're going to have 6 live group coaching event, which is going to be all about helping you to succeed. So what you can learn here in this 6 weeks program are the followings. You're going to understand your target market. You're going to define your niche. We're going to figure it out. What is your business really costing you? Also, we're going to talk about price point confidence and objectives. money mindset for prosperity. And also we're going to talk about pricing for profitability. There are 3 questions to ask you need to ask from yourself. First, what could I do? Second, what could I read? And third, who could I ask? And this is from Jim Rohn. So hopefully today, it's not going to be too hard for you to make a decision. You lasted this far, you lasted this long. You know you need help because otherwise you wouldn't stay until the end. And we give you a really, really great opportunity today to book it today. You just need to click the link below, and it's basically the whole system it's very simple. The system is going to help you to make it very, very easy for you to book into my calendar. And